Hello and welcome to Bleeding Drink Gaming. My name's Amy, aka Warpfiend, and today I am joined by...
I'm Luke, aka SirMime.
And today, well, first of all, we're going to mostly be having a look at some of the rules for the new Stormcast Eternals. But before we do, I just wanted to take a quick minute to look at some of the Golden Demon winners from the Essen ceremony recently. And of course, like I've loaded up here, you can see the lovely Slayer Sword winner, Dave Perryman. Yeah, absolutely fantastic job here.
Oh, I mean, the artwork, the paint job alone is just fantastic. But like the whole modeling of the base with like the caverns and like the fish and everything underneath it's just
yeah.
Stunning paint job and a stunning kind of diorama.
So that's absolutely fantastic. Yep. And let's see if I scroll down from the top. Just want to have a look at some of these, and obviously Lucas Zaba there with the beautiful. I can't remember what it's called. It's like the Great White Squig, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah.
I forget the name. Beautiful.
Isn't it? But I was like ones with that background like that, especially with like the front on picture. It's so hard to tell where like the model begins, or is it all just a delicious painting?
It's really cool. I like the use of like the just like kind of unorthodox shape for the background as well. That's a very interesting choice.
Marcel Scragbat, that's his name.
Yes. I was also Nicholas Rubens Mortensen did the Azrak the Annihilator, or Azrak, or whatever they called him, the old guy. Yes, that's one of the most beautiful renditions of that I've seen so far.
I like this like Kroot. Is it just a Kroot sniper, or is it?
Yeah. Oh, I don't know the names for all these things. Like Kroot Ranger, maybe. It looks like a ranger.
Oh, a lovely Krieg force there.
Yep. That was a beautiful unit shot.
Certainly been using the shovels to dig that hole.
Yep, they have been busy, all right. And lots of nasty, gross corpses and some rats there. Oh, Andy Wardle's 3 Farseers is absolutely great. I really love that one. And then you've got the orcs, the beast snaggers.
I wish there was a bit of a closer image of these beast snaggers. They just
I know they do tend to just put the single image up, which can be annoying. So then large vehicle. Oh god, this was one of my absolute favourites. Yes, the Night Lord's converted Venom Crawler. Like the Venom Crawler's an awesome model anyway, but this one's just absolutely beautifully rendered, as well as being covered in gross bits of corpses.
It's like, can we take your Venom Crawler and improve it with Viscera?
Yep, very much so. But the Francisco Pozo Montero with this, it's not the Redemptor Dreadnought, it's the Walker thing. I forget. Don't ask us the names of these things.
Some scouty type thing.
But we are so professional.
The lighting and the colour on that is absolutely stunning, isn't it?
Very cartoony looking. And then you've got the Dark Angels version of the Landspeeder. I think it's like Redemptor Landspeeder or something.
Oh my days! This skin tone and everything on this, and just like the backdrop's just fantastic as well. I love like the giant kind of bigger version of the War Chanter's bone behind him. And
Albert Moretto font has obviously been a big deal in past years with a lot of his kind of he's famous for his goblins and stuff. This seems to be scratch built. Like I don't know if there are any parts of models in here, but there are none I recognise off the top of my head.
God, even if there were, it's just like
yes.
I don't know where to start.
Really fantastic. Anthony Smith there and Magnus Nielsen, and look at that ogre there. Look how beautiful that skin tone is. Absolutely gorgeous. And then the classic kind of NMM gold there on the Stormcast. So This was an interesting one. Warcry Warband with the
Raptidon charges.
Raptidons, yes, yeah. That's nice. I was looking quite in depth at all the kind of jungle build up there, because it's really hard to get that kind of yeah, it's really hard to get that kind of realistic foliage like that. So really well.
Oh, look at all those teeth. Look
at all
those
pile of squigs there. That was cool. And then that
some lovely Cities of Sigmar.
A mix of Cities of Sigmar stuff there. Moving on. There's Stage Herons. There's the full zoomed out picture, which I'm glad we did get a larger version of, because if that was the only picture, then
that would have been a crime not to see all the details.
Yes. Have Maria Peterson. Now that's a very. I thought at first that was Louise Sugden's one, but I think she's got even more colours in her version of it. Mind Flayer Spy Ranks. Mind Stealer Spy Ranks. Yeah.
This Demon Prince, is this actually from like the new Demon Prince sculpt that they've?
It is mostly. There's a lot of, because he hasn't got a full kind of chest. Once you take the chest plate off, there are some missing bits that you have to fill in. And obviously there's an extra arm that's been added, and one kind of raised up with a new staff that I believe the actual haft of it is from the Lord of Change kit, but I don't recognise. I think it's a scratch sculpt on the main part.
I can see maybe it might have been used from like some kind of Gene Stealer cult type icon or something, potentially. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, and then we had this the ever classic, what are they called?
The Crimson Court.
Crimson Court, yes, that's the one. And we've seen some fantastic Golden Demon entries in the past painting these ones.
Oh, they are just lovely models. I mean, yeah, Underworlds, you've always got lovely models, but
yes. Oh, this was one of my favourites, the Tzeentch one. Like, just the kind of crazy fantasy realism of this, and I think there's a few conversions. Like, I think there's a fair few conversions there, but they are pretty crazy models as is. So
I'm not too sure if like that small one that's holding the thing actually has that thing in its hand in the regular version.
I would absolutely love to see the close up on this, because the amount of texture you can see that's just kind of painted on. But yeah, I'd love to see that one in person. And then these beautiful like kind of savage orcs there. Yeah.
Wolverine in the front.
So Horus Heresy, beautiful Horus there. You're very nice. And then another Nicholas Rubens Mortensen one that I saw him working on a while back. The beautiful. I don't know if it's a particular character, but obviously like an Emperor's Children captain there.
And Jekta Khan.
Yes, and I don't know what the model of Jagatai Khan is. That seems to have a lot of customization on it as well, from what I remember. Now moving into the old world, then is this Thorgrim Grudgebearer who rides the shield? I can never remember. He's like the High King of the Dwarfs. He rides on the shield. Yeah.
I know there was like a fairly recent release with like their old world army book and stuff coming out, where they did release another model or something where it was fairly similar on the shield, but but just lovely stunning paint job and a lovely little bit of scenery around them just to add to the character of it all. And there's a couple more beautiful ones. I love that slan conversion. The slan on the Stegodon. That's just. I'm seriously considering getting another slan just to do that.
Yeah, the old school like slan throne was really good. I did get commissioned to paint one of those, but like the actual level of crispness they've got on there makes me wonder if they also had a fine cast model they were working with, or if they'd got like a metal one or something that managed
that's the AOS slan.
That's the AOS one?
Yeah, that's the AOS slan one.
Oh, okay. I completely misread this model then. I thought that was the old one. It does look kind of similar, but yeah, okay.
I think it's just the angle of it just looks a bit but that definitely is like the plinth that the new one sits on and everything.
Okay. Stand corrected. Thank God, because that old one, I was about to say, like, the Finecast was so difficult to get kind of those smooth surfaces on, so like they would have been even more talented if they'd managed that, but not that isn't amazing anyway. Saruman with just the cool Palantir there. Love that. And then other Lord of the Rings characters, is that the Elrond one on horse? And that's the Rohirrim, you know the guy. I'm having a complete like.
I know. I think we should both apologise. I think we're both having a bit of a moment this evening.
Yes. But we're just going through these and having a quick look at them anyway. So I hope you'll forgive us for that. Going to move on to the main portion briefly.
Awesome. Lovely Blood Bowl ones as well. Nice ogre.
Nicholas Mortensen again. And this is really kind of, I love the kind of realism to this one. It's like it's straight off one of the illustrations on the box or something.
I love this one of the werewolf being like,
oh yeah,
carrying the little jack-o'-lantern skeleton.
Oh, that's awesome. I love
this kind of beastman type one.
Minotaur, yeah. Then we have Necromunda, and this was really nice. The kind of leopard print speed, like a speeder bike thing, yeah. Also, the one by Hendarian was really cool as well. I love that one.
Lovely crime scene.
yes.
And then Robo Monkey.
Oh yes, the robot monkey there. That's cool.
Me and my robo monkey.
Moving on to the epic. I don't know if this is a classic Man of War sculpt or if it's just completely scratch built, but either way, it looks amazing.
It just brings back old memories of that old Man of War poster.
Yes. James Tarot. He's the Tarot. They do the. They make the display bases like the these ones with the back on. Tarot model makers, yeah. And then Gregor Pulaski. Oh God, I think his name's like Iron Keep Studios on Facebook, and he was showing off that in pieces lately, which is very interesting. God, I do love the tiny scale one, and he's got so much detail in there, and the Titan there.
This tiny but not so tiny.
Yes.
This jewel one.
So the jewel one, it's a gold, was this Urko Martio, who I don't think I was aware of before, but oh my God, like the detail they must have gone into the stuff underneath the water, because that's all magnified by the resin, as I found out when I was doing a Golden Demon entry a couple of years back. So to get it all looking that good, you must have to paint it so well. And then just the kind of motion and dynamism in this kind of duel between the Hive Tyrant being taken.
That is an epic fight. Everything of that model just screams how epic that conflict is going on.
It's one you look at and like slow heavy metal music starts playing. Yeah, absolutely fantastic. And again, this big one between like World Eaters and Ultramarines as well. It's like a kind of like Renaissance painting or something. There's so much going on. And then just a beautiful framing of the Triumph of St. Cata in there.
Lovely, coming down at an angle as well, just so you kind of like get the full visage of the top of it and everything in one shot.
I think that's a really good choice, the way they've modelled it like that, because it is kind of hard to photograph the whole thing in one go regularly, and they've kind of improved that.
I adore the one that you did for me.
If I'd have done it that well, I would have been very, very pleased with myself. So moving on, I think the Youngbloods and the Open we've got left, and like the quality in the Youngbloods now is just so unbelievable. Like this one from Henry Neerman, just absolutely stunning there. Yeah, it's just got the non-metallic metal on the shield there, and that beautiful kind of ugly skin tone there. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
It's always the best way of describing those.
Yes. And then we've got, of course,
Sigvold always makes at least some appearance in the Golden Demon.
Oh yes, Sigvold in the green armor there. It's a very nice touch.
But always magnificent to see.
Yeah, just absolutely stunning work from the Youngbloods this year. Like the quality in Golden Demon is just so insanely high nowadays that like it feels bad. Like I feel like at this point, no matter how much I work, I'm never going to be able to place in it. Whereas like 10 years ago, you know, you could go to acquire a Golden Demon and you know, put your best work out there, obviously, and still be in with a chance. But nowadays, just it's next level. It's really next level. So the Open competition, this lovely like kind of Harlequin Traitor Guard duel. Really like that from Pierre Ribrag. And then just a beautifully crisp painted Space Marine there in the Open. And I saw a lot of people complaining about it, but it's like when you're looking close, that is just perfectly painted. It's
also just all the levels of it, right down to like how minute the dirt kind of traces up at the bottom and everything. It's just
it's just obvious they've spent a lot of time just getting that clean. And on the other hand, like compared to what I just said, that actually gives me hope that maybe if I put in enough effort on one model, maybe I could win. But yeah, it has to be perfect though, absolutely perfect. And Baptiste Richard there. Don't ask me to pronounce that surname actually. Baptiste, yeah, lovely piece of work there. Lovely smooth armor. Right. So we've had a quick kind of tour through the Golden Demon ones, and I hope that was interesting to you because we had like bits of information to throw in here and there. But
wipe the drool away. Now it's time to look at some rules.
So first off, we've had 3 so far sets of the new rules for Stormcast. We had Iridan the Witness first of all, who's the Bleak Graven. So yeah, what did you think of this one?
There's some very interesting prayers and interactions, and very exciting to see like a very big Ruination style Stormcast list built around it, really.
Yeah.
So this prayer alone, I mean, you don't really get wards across the board in a Stormcast army, so being able to not only do some healing but also give you a unit award for a turn's very nice.
Yes. So it is the double effect. Like it's not pick one of these. It's you get the healing and the ward for the rest of the turn. So that's a nice one. Considering it's only 4, and for the 8 you can heal the maximum.
Yeah, I mean, you'd probably just go for the 4 every time on that one, really, and just chance getting the 3 on the heal, isn't it?
Exactly.
Dark Flight,
yes.
Now, this, I was describing it to you as an almost kind of more guaranteed version of Power Through, really. It's just...
yes, yeah.
You don't have to spend any CP. They don't even need to have actually charged to do it by the looks of it as well. It's just like if you're in combat at the end of a turn, you can kill a model if you roll higher than the health characteristic, and then you can actually just run out of combat without taking any damage.
I can see that's going to be most advantageous with like a high wound model, like maybe an ogre or something if you roll right. Like a 1 wound basic troop, it's going to be I took out 1, yes, but that's still
the movement from it alone is just like incredibly good.
Yes, anything that lets you retreat without taking mortal damage, especially if it's out of phase, is really good. Yeah,
you're never keeping Iridan locked up in combat, basically.
So they had a bit of the stuff about Ruination Chambers. here, and some of the
yeah, so this is like for the Army of Renown. That's basically Iridan's special thing in the Stormcast book, and there'd be like limitations to what you could take in the army and everything. But these are like your special rules that you get army wide, essentially, as opposed to like the regular Stormcast rules. So yeah, when a Warrior Chamber unit's wholly within 12 of a Ruination Chamber unit, the Warrior Chamber gets a 6-up ward for the turn.
That is
all the time, actually.
Yep. So just so long as you keep those two kind of units close together, you can spread that ward save fairly much all over your army.
Mm-hmm. And then you've got like this thing at the end of any turn as well. So any Ruination Chamber that's used a fight ability, they can basically either bring a model back to the unit, or they can have like one added to their attacks characteristic, but they can't control an objective.
Or use commands. So that's an interesting one. It's nice to see the Ruination Chamber special rules fully, because like I said, they weren't fully padded out in the lists we got previously.
It's kind of flavorful, that Tormented one, but I don't know if you'd ever really want to give yourself +1 attack to basically not be able to contest objectives. And
yeah, I mean, it depends on the situation. Maybe you just want to really take out a unit quickly, and returning a slain model, absolutely great. Yeah, but that one's kind of situational, I guess.
And we got some special prayers for it. So what we got here, there's a one just for doing kind of like mortal damage. And this Raven's Flight one sounds really good, being able to add to the move characteristic.
Oh yes, yeah.
And also get run and charge, which is very, very rare in a Stormcast list.
Yeah, and there doesn't seem to be any kind of specifies on which unit you can give it to as well. So presumably it doesn't have to be part of the Regiment of Renown.
I'm not sure if this is like an Army of Renown one, so there probably is like limitations on what you can take within the army.
Right. Okay.
But from the sounds of it, it's pretty much any Ruination thing, and potentially, I mean, there must be some Warrior Chamber stuff, because everything keeps on mentioning about Warrior Chamber things.
There's definitely, I mean, there's not enough Ruination stuff to build a whole army from. I don't believe, no.
But still, like, adding +2 movement onto anything's great.
yeah, run and charge, you can't argue with. Yeah, so that was the first day's one. The second day's stuff was for Taurus the Redeemed and the Knight Azeroth. And
these sound incredibly good, like running with like prosecutors and stuff, like especially the Knight Azeroth.
Yeah, I was thinking like, I'd do Taurus definitely, but having read the basic Knight Azeroth rules, I think that's the one I'd probably prefer. Let's look into it anyway, because
Taurus's Herald of Redemption is quite different, because there's a lot of different kind of rules and artifacts and things throughout different armies where you're able to add 3 extra dice to your rally roll. But this one specifically says you receive 3 additional rally points. So like, right off the bat, you're getting like 3 healths worth of rally just from being next to Taurus. So that's like quite a lot of things. You're able to bring a full model back to the unit straight off the bat there. It's like...
Yeah. He's also got the Light of Sigmar is a lantern thing, which is like on a 3-up, you get to pick either subtracting 1 from hit rolls, enemy units attacking it, or
heal D3 to each.
Heal D3. Yeah. So
I mean, that could be very situationally good as well. Like right next, if there's a lot of stuff right next to it.
Yeah. If it's a big combat going off, I mean, probably like you're looking like 1 other unit in combat to get that healing bonus. But yeah, that could be really good. But then we come on to the standard one and this one. So pick a friendly prosecutor's unit within 12 inch. So on a 3-up, you can either retreat without any damage being taken or take a normal move instantly.
And that, bear in mind, prosecutors have got like a 12-inch move anyway.
Yes, and that's at the end of the turn. So this could be really useful for picking up like objectives like right at the last minute if you're struggling with them. I think that is an amazing ability.
No, I was like, it was 12-inch move, just being able to like either get them out of combat 12 inches away from the enemy, or just being able to move them 12 inches more towards another objective. That is incredibly good. And it's end of any turn as well.
It's only once per turn, but like even one unit moving it around like that is going to be more than enough to make a difference in the battle. And it says also they can join Iridan the Witness in the Army of Renown as well, so that could be an interesting one. I might have to look at this Army of Renown closer when the book comes out.
That's the locking away of rules. I want to study them some more.
So the last one that we had today is the Stormstrike Paladors.
I was very interested to see what these would have as rules, because they did keep on mentioning this whole fluff of like, they come out when they're needed to strike at the enemy when the battle goes on, and
so the anti-infantry, the +1 rend and +1 damage on the charge. Only one base damage in rend though. But also 3 attacks and 3s and 3s. So all the 3s.
You're essentially getting 10 attacks from them in the unit if they. I'm assuming they will have a champion keyword in there.
Yes, you'd imagine so. So that's a pretty solid little, like a heavy strike unit. It says it reduces their mobility, so presumably they're slightly slower than the other Griff Chargers, which I can't quite recall what they're.
Because like the Aether Wind ones have got like crazy teleporting shenanigan abilities instead of movement abilities. So
that's right. Yeah,
it wouldn't surprise me if these guys maybe have like an 8 to 10 inch move at max or something.
Yes, that was what I'd guess.
This Ride for Vengeance sounds quite interesting. So basically all you need to of these units that you have on your army is basically just have one warrior chamber unit die during the battle. So and then you get to reroll charges and get strike first when you charge with
So I guess people will be looking at like what's the smallest amount of warrior chamber units that I can get to do like and achieve an objective and then die. So my Paladors get buffed for the rest of the battle.
I think I've already seen a few people saying like, "Oh, what's the kind of cheapest warrior chamber character with the fewest wounds?"
Exactly. It's going to be interesting seeing what people come up with to take advantage of that.
But that is just crazy though. Like for the rest of the game, if you've got like multiple units of those, all of them can reroll charges, and all of them will get strike first when you charge.
A little bit crazy, but interesting. We've also got the Porta Potty, the Stormreach Portal. And it's
I don't know how, but that name sounds even worse now. And the Stormreach.
Oh god, it is cool piece of terrain. I do like it, but
I really like this terrain piece.
As soon as people called it a Porta Potty, it's just stuck in my head, and I can't think of it as anything else now. But it is basically just a teleporter.
Yes.
So you can place it in the battle, and I guess like hold your units at the back of the line, and if they're needed anywhere on the battlefield, you can just like march them in and plonk them down.
I mean, a fair few Stormcast things, especially the infantry, are fairly slow moving and get a lot of bonuses from being in your territory.
Yes, yeah.
So being able to hold them in your territory for as long as you need to in the game, and then seeing the opening where you want to jump them across the board. It sounds quite useful.
No, I can see that being really useful. Yeah.
So at the end of the day, it costs you to buy the model, but the actual terrain piece is going to be free to take in your army, so it's just rules for nothing, really.
No, absolutely. It's definitely going to be worth taking if you don't have to pay any points for it. So they promised tomorrow they're going to look at the regiments of renown, and presumably there'll be something on Friday. This all goes up for pre-order on Saturday. Now, I'm not going to be able to order any of this yet, although I am really tempted. I really do want the Codex soon, the battle tome soon.
So you've got your lovely spearhead team painted up for them already, haven't you?
Yeah. I'm itching to expand that into a full army at some point soon. But first of all, my Nurgle has to be expanded because we're looking forward to doubles. Throne of Skulls doubles is back on in January. So if any of you are planning on going, why don't you let us know in the comments? We'd love to meet up with you there.
Yes.
If you're looking forward to this Stormcast stuff, please let us know if you think any of it's busted or you don't like it. We'd also like to know that as well. And if you just want to rant at us, go ahead. Everyone else does.
We're here for your therapy.
Yes. It really helps the channel if you could like and subscribe to Bleeding Tree Gaming. Thank you very much for watching, and we will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.